Hello, hello, hello. How are you?
Hello.
Welcome to
Hi.
Stories of Success,
Thank
Business
you. It is an
SOS.
honor. Thank you for having me on today.
I'm excited. I'm excited to have you on. Every time we talk to somebody who is in business, I get amped because I personally feel that business is the way to go. You can have a
Absolutely.
job paying 50,000, 100,000, $700,000 a year, and if you lose that job, you got nothing. But if you have a
Absolutely.
business, well, now we got something. So I'm always excited to talk to business owners. Um, so I want to learn about you, what helped you take the leap, and what you consider success. So let's get started. We ready?
I'm
I'm gonna
ready.
I'm gonna ask you just to tell us a little bit about yourself. Who are you? What's your name? Tell us a little bit about your business.
Okay. Well, my name is Tangela Moore.
Mhm.
I am the CEO of Bright Future Solutions, LLC. Um, I am a mother of three, a soon to be
Okay.
16-year-old daughter,
Oh,
11-year-old son, and a 2-year-old. So,
nice.
house stays busy. Such
I
wonderful
hear
age gap.
that.
Um, yes, I'm the mother of three. And what originally started me in this field, I had issues with my credit, like so many other people, whether they talk about it or not.
Oh,
It
yeah.
is something that is real.
Hmm.
And just in trying to do some different things, go purchase a car, looking into becoming a homeowner, the importance of credit is I can't even go into words to explain. So in working on my own credit and in working on my fiancés and friends and a few family members, we started to realize like if I can do this and get these results, we can probably do this as a business and expand and help others because a lot of people think that it is simple, but it is not as simple as it appears. So that is what started our business at Bright Future Solutions. And now our goal is really just to spread the word and the awareness of of how valuable credit is, and just helping families become homeowners. That is really our main focus and goal. Restoring credit, teaching our clients to keep it that way once they have completed our program, and assisting them with becoming first-time homeowners.
Right.
So that is our goal, and that's our mission.
Nice, nice. I'm glad you mentioned that your goal because when we start businesses, a lot of times it's very generic, not generic, but open. I know when I started I started in taxes, and people would say, well, oh, what kind of taxes you do? Every kind, whatever can pay
Right.
me money. I'll take whatever dollar you
Right.
can get. But you know what? I've learned over time, and it's one of the things I have in my ebook, and it's just a statement that I really believe in. I didn't create it, I learned it. Riches in
Yeah.
niches, right? And so if
Yes.
you have a niche, you're doing credit restoration for potential first-time home buyers. Well, now you've got something that you can set your marketing around, and you have a goal and a mission. You know exactly who you want to talk to. So that's brilliant. That early on
Absolutely.
in your career, you found your niche. It might take years
Yes.
for some, but that's important. And you have personal experience in it that you learned it. So awesome.
Yes.
Here's my next question to you. Um, you told us you're the CEO. What
Yes.
other roles do you play in the business? What other roles do you
um,
play?
well, right now I am the business. I am currently training an employee because we are expanding. Currently, we're taking on clients in several states, and I would like to expand in as many as we can. I want this thing to be a nationwide, successful movement. So right now we're working locally. Like I said, I am taking on employees so we can get this thing really, really moving. Because when you're doing and you're so involved in your own business, it burns you out quick when you're wearing all the hats. So I think that was the main thing that I learned, in doing business. Sometimes you have to take your hands off some things, take your hands out some pots, so you can step back and you can continue to market and build and make sure that it flourishes. So
Okay.
just building up my team and making sure that everyone is on the same page.
Okay, good. So let me get it straight. So I don't want to mix it up. Right now, you are the what is that? The cook, the chef, the
Yes.
candlestick maker, the baker, the marketing expert.
Yes.
Okay, and that's how most of us start out, right? and what you've learned,
Yes.
the value of getting a team together. Two things I want to say about
Yes.
that, and this is just like an aside, right? I was talking, I'm working with a group, like a team. I have a team. I have a, I'm in accounting and I do advisory services. So I have a person that helps me with all the nuts and the bolts of the bookkeeping. I have an account manager, and I started working
Mm-hmm.
with a group to get a team together for marketing. And we had a team meeting, might have been yesterday. And I was like, my God, the value of a team is amazing, right?
It
Um,
is.
it's wild. When you grow your business, you have to be able to say, okay, I know it's going to cost me money to get this team in place, but you're going to expand your potential, right? So one of the things that
Absolutely.
we, as an owner, we got to understand our role in our business. And it can't be everything. It might start out that way, but if we're ever going to go to
Right.
the next level, if we're going to find success,
Yeah.
we've got to figure out relatively sooner than later that success revolves around team effort. So I like that. And I'm glad that even though you're doing it all right now, you're already starting to get your team in place. And your team doesn't
Yes.
have to be all employees. It can be other groups of, it could be vendors or whatever. I also came up with this concept. Again, I never come up with anything, but get yourself a board of directors, right? A board of directors, 4 or 5 people that you can count on to help you discuss your own business
Right.
decisions. I think that's powerful. One day I'm going to get more into that. Let's ask you some other questions about your business. Do you have a website?
Yes.
I
Absolutely. Yes.
I ask people to spell out the website slowly because if someone's listening and they want to get it, we want to spell it out for the client.
It's kind of lengthy now, but it is catchy, so it's
Okay,
easy to remember.
get your pen, get ready. Okay, go.
Okay, so that is brighter solutions20.com. And we can spell it out BRIGHTERSOLUTIONS 20.com. Brighter solutions20.com. And you are able to go on, get some more information about the company. You can sign up for a free consultation,
Nice.
just so that way we can give you the feedback because everyone's personal credit report, it's their personal credit report. And what your situation is going to be absolutely different from the next person.
Mhm.
So we really pride ourselves on our client experience and just making sure that whatever plan we put into place to restore your credit is absolutely curtailed and fits you and what is needed and the best decision for you.
Nice. Now I'm going to tell you how this works in real life, okay? We said we're going to have you say your email, your website, and then I'm going to have you spell it out, and you spelled it out. And if someone's really watching this right now and they needed it, they just got back with the pen. So just
Right.
spell it one more time. Spell it one more
Absolutely.
time because it's long. Go for it.
So that again, the website is brighter solutions20.com, and that is BRIGHTERSOLUTIONS 20.com.
Okay.
And
Now don't
again,
put
you
your pen
can
down.
log on. Yes, make sure you get your pens now. You can log on. And like I said, we do free consultation. So if you would like to go on just to get some feedback in regards to your credit, that is definitely the first step in that. And again, we personalize and make sure it fits you, your budget, your finances, your needs. Okay, we're working on restoring the credit and making sure that we're getting the finances in order. So
Okay.
that
Good,
is
good,
the most important factor.
good. So now let's ask you, because I did not ask you, give us your business phone number.
Yes, you can contact us at 312-774-5193.
Okay, cool. Now I'm going to ask you an interesting question. This is about your business and just you in general, right? So you had
Yes,
bad credit and you figured out how to fix it. Uh, is that what makes you an expert in the field? What makes you an expert in this field?
I would say what makes me an expert is because I had bad credit and I learned how to fix it. But more importantly, I understand the struggle of that. I understand the struggle of going through that for years. And not only in fixing my credit, but just making sure that I stay up to date, on all of the credit laws and different codes and different things that, change state to state. They change every day. So just keeping myself educated so that way I can give the most up to date, accurate, and valuable information to my client.
Good.
It's important, to make sure that you stay educated. and that you really understand these different things, because it's way deeper than just sending in a letter. Trust me, okay? I experimented on myself and my family and others, before I got into business. So I've already done the trial and error. I already understand on a personal level, the difficulty of trying to attain something and you get denied, or you have to have a cosigner, or you have to have tons of money to put for a down payment.
The challenges
So
of
just
bad
that
credit are
personal,
crazy.
yes. So just having that personal connection and experience, because I myself have gone through it, and just going through the trials and errors of fixing my own, and then on top of that, educating myself, making sure that I'm certified to do what I'm doing, and even going beyond and further. Some nights I sit at my desk and I am still, let me catch up on this. Let me go back and look at the FCRA. Let
So
me,
I'm going to
you
stop you
know,
for 1 second because you said something that I want to key in on. And so there are
mhm,
two types of businesses, right? There's service-based and there's product-based. And
yeah,
service-based businesses, typically, you have to have some level of education. Well, you don't.
yeah,
That's the funny thing, right? You don't have to know a doggone thing to start giving the service. But what
right.
makes us different, what makes us better, what should make us better is that we invest in our education. So just give us a little bit about, you said you were certified. Tell me a little bit
Yes.
about what you mean by that.
So just being certified and understanding the entire process when it comes to actually disputing, and correcting and restoring someone's credit. There's a right way and there's a wrong way to do things. And as I stated, you can't just send in a letter to a credit bureau and say, hey, take this off. And it happens. It doesn't work like that. Understanding and catching those errors, understanding why you need that updated or removed. Is it inaccurate? Is it not reporting correctly? Because different things, even when it comes to your personal information, if your name is spelled incorrectly, that could affect you from being approved for something. Just having those errors with your personal information before we even look at your credit score and what all is on your report. When you fill out an application for something, the lender, they're going to compare that to what is on your credit report. And if there are inaccuracies from what you just put on that application versus what it's actually reporting and showing in those credit reports, those will get you denied for whatever it is that you're applying for. So again, just making sure that, you get with someone, a mentor, or you get you a program that is proven to really teach you these different things. So I've actually done several of those different programs. And again, I constantly look to keep myself updated, keep myself with all relative and new credit related laws and issues and updates, just so that you can make sure you are completely servicing your client.
Good. So that's important to highlight really when it comes to product service-based businesses, the constant education, right? It doesn't stop for us. We
Yes,
have to keep learning and growing. Doesn't mean we when we start our
absolutely.
business, we know it all, but as a business owner, and that's something important to help other owners to understand, it's not like you take your class, you get your cert, and then you just practice forever, perpetuity. Laws change. Taxes
Yeah,
are
no.
another right now. I got my EA 10 years ago almost now, but every year we have continuing education. So if you're going to be an owner, understand that
Yes,
education is something that we're always doing in our field to make us an expert. So we're going to move a little bit
absolutely.
forward to, we call this stories of success. So I want your definition. How do you
Yes.
define success in your business?
I know some people define success when they hit a certain dollar amount, right?
Okay.
Which is understandable. You
Mm-hmm.
know, um, honestly, I look at success when I am able to help at least 200 to 300 people become homeowners. I will feel like I've achieved a high level of success.
Wow. That's really
To me,
cool.
that's my level of success, because if you're
Wow.
really doing it from the heart and you're really, invested into helping others, the money is going to come. The referrals are going to come. You know what I mean? That's just the
Absolutely.
nature of the beast.
Beautiful.
But my definition of success is just helping at least that amount of people become homeowners,
So then,
and seeing them, and that excitement for them.
right. So then, based on that statement, I'm going to guess you have not helped 200 people yet. So do you consider
No,
yourself,
but we'll be there.
Okay, good. I mean, that's what we expect, right? So do you consider yourself successful now? Do you consider yourself successful
I do.
now? Okay, good. That's the right answer. Why? Tell us why.
I do. It's levels to it. Now it's levels to it. Now that's my
Okay.
my big step. That's my gigantic leap. Um, I feel like I am successful now. And I say that because it is so much work that goes into having your own business, your own company, starting it up, being successful, taking sure and making sure that you take care of all the legalities that go along with it. You know, I feel just to be at the point that I am with my business, to me, this is success. Being in the trenches, making sure that I get my team situated and together, staying with it day in and day out, and keeping yourself motivated, regardless of what anyone says, what anyone is doing around you. To be able to do that day in and day out, to me, that in itself is successful.
Beautiful. And that's really what I wanted to highlight, right? When I talk to business owners about success, there's like the ultimate goal. But to me, and I've said it on many podcasts, success is not just the destination, it's the journey. And so if you're having a successful
Yes,
journey, that's
absolutely.
successful. Every day that you're in business,
Yes,
it's successful. Now you might have some ups and downs, but it's still successful. And it's important for people to realize that, especially newer business owners. They start out, they're gun-ho, they run into their roadblock and bam,
yes.
it's a failure. No, not that quick. We can make a success out of it. And it's important to have the right outlook. The right outlook allows you to keep driving toward your ultimate vision of success. So I like the way you answered that.
Absolutely.
Success is a journey, and you can have a successful journey as well. So I always ask my interviewees an interesting question. We just said it for a
Hmm.
second. You know, people start their business, they're running, and then bam, they have a problem and they collapse. What is one big mistake that you've made in your business journey?
Um, I think in the very beginning,
Hmm.
just being so gung ho, like, okay, I'm going to start this. I'm going to get my software. I'm going to get my supplies. I'm going to buy a printer. I got my computer. And it's like, okay, wait a minute. Let me slow down a bit. Let me really go step by step and just make sure that I have everything in order. So there's nothing wrong with being gung ho and having that spirit, but sometimes just stepping back to ensure, okay, let me write down my tasks. Let me write down the things that I need to do. Let me get this to-do list situated so I can make sure that we're going forward with this the proper way. So I think that was one of my big things, just being so gung ho and running with it, and then having to sit back and say, okay, Tangela, wait a minute now.
Hmm.
Let's
Good.
really make sure, do we have this in order? Do we have that in order?
Beautiful.
And just making sure from the beginning that you definitely have your finances in order, because it takes money essentially to make money.
Absolutely.
Um, and some businesses, of course, cost more than others to start. Everyone's situation is different. But just making sure that you truly have everything in order to be successful.
Beautiful. Nice. And that's really that's nice because it sounds like you have self-reflection. Some people, they run
Yeah.
to wall, and then they run into the wall and they keep running and it's like, no, stop, pump the brakes.
Yeah.
Let's reevaluate. And if we
Yeah.
continue to evaluate, we can avoid the mistakes going forward. And it sounds like that's what you
Absolutely.
did. Am I right? You actually
Absolutely.
assessed your
And then
situation.
also, yes, and also reaching out to those that are already successful, that have already gotten to the levels in which I'm aspiring to get to. Having a mentor, just asking those questions. Because a lot of times, I don't know if it's pride, but sometimes we really don't want to ask anyone else for help.
Hmm.
And there's nothing wrong with doing that. If you can go to someone that has already been down your path, they've already stumbled upon those different things, and they've gotten to a point and they are still successful and prosperous, then hey, maybe if I inquire and let me ask a couple of questions, let me get your feedback. Maybe that will help me, avoid some of those same stumbling blocks, you know?
Nice.
So I think that's important too. When you need help, ask for the help.
You stealing my
There's
question,
nothing
girl. You
wrong with
stealing my
that.
question. My question was gonna
Oh,
be,
I'm
how have
sorry.
mentors or coaches helped you? And you just answering it. No, that's cool. That's cool. But that's perfect, right? And that's what I wanted to always highlight. You mentioned something. You said sometimes you're not sure why people don't get help. Is it a matter of pride? I have a good buddy of mine, and he's also a client of mine. And when he started his business, he said, I just like to figure stuff out myself. Well, that don't make no sense.
Yeah, no.
Away. And so eventually he kind of did that, and that whole board of directors, he has a team of people now that it just helps you to facilitate a smooth transition. So would you say that having a mentor contributed to your success?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I think one of my main struggles was marketing when it comes to social media. I was one of those type of people where I have a Facebook page, but I don't even check it every day. So I definitely didn't have an Instagram or LinkedIn. I didn't have any of these other social media platforms. I was not on any of them. And speaking with her, and I'm like, I'm really struggling to kind of like put myself out there and get the word out there. She's like, well, how many times a day do you post? How many times a day do you interact with people? Mm-hmm. I'm like, well, maybe, once or twice. So she went on my page. She said, you commented like 3 days ago. How do you expect for people to remember you? I said, that makes sense. So just, and getting, again, that feedback. Sometimes something so simple you may have just overlooked because you've stepped into new waters, to a new territory. And that mentor will pick up on it because they're already familiar. They've been there, done that.
Perfect. That real life story is critical, right? Because that's the mistake that we make sometimes as owners. I can figure it out myself. You might figure it out a year later when your business is right about to tank. Oh, I should be posting more.
Exactly.
That's what mentors do for us. And then you might think, well, I already knew that, but a mentor tells you, and they hold you accountable. Good.
Yeah.
Let me ask you the next question, because you're dropping jewels already.
Right.
And so, and this one is for newer business owners, right?
Yeah.
And even those who've been around, what advice would you give to a new business owner? If let's say he wanted to start his business, he started it last month, what advice would you give him?
Mm-hmm. Just making sure you really have a clear understanding of your business, the market that your business is currently in, understanding the importance of networking, understanding the importance of budgeting. Make sure you take care of all legalities that are involved in your business. What is going to make the best business sense for you? Just as an example, as far as the financial part of it, if I were to register my business in one state versus the other, it saved me like $200 plus. If I had just been gung-ho and just, continued along that path of just running full speed ahead, that would be money that would have been lost versus now I can put that money into, so just making sure you have a clear path and an understanding of whatever it is you want to do. I don't care if you want to go out and sell shoelaces. Okay, understand the market for shoelaces. Who likes your type of shoelaces? Really understand what you're getting yourself into, everything that comes with it, and don't let anyone discourage you. Sometimes when people don't understand our vision or have never traveled upon our path, it's easier to say, well, what are you doing? Or nobody's going to do that. Nobody's going to use that. You really have to really know how to tune that out and just maintain your focus. Because if you put the time, effort, and energy into that, it will come. It will happen for you.
Very nice.
So I think for a new business owner, those are a couple of the main things I would personally say.
Awesome. I've got what I call a bonus question. Okay. Every week we're doing, we do a mastermind session. I'm learning the words. I think you told me. It's called a mastermind session.
Yeah.
We do a mastermind session.
It absolutely is. Yes, I am familiar.
And so we do it, and then we base it. I like it to be thematic, because unless it's thematic, I get bored myself. That's just the way my brain works. So every week we come up with a new theme. And so I want you to vamp. What we do is we throw the theme out to the group, and then we just vamp on it a little bit, and then we get into whatever questions that. So here's the question. Are you ready? And you gotta hear the statement and apply it to business. You ready? This one is what my mama used to say. My mama used to say this all the time.
Uh-oh, come on.
A hard head makes a soft behind. You heard that? Mm-hmm. That's my mama. So how do you apply that to business? A hard head makes a soft behind.
Just Again, pretty much what I just said. Don't think you can do everything on your own. Ask for
Yeah.
help. And then when you ask for the help and you know it's coming from a reputable source, take the advice. Okay?
Boom.
Take it and curtail it to what works for you. Don't go out and get a mentor and the mentor is giving you the game plan and you're like, oh, okay. And you still go about it your way. You know,
Mm-hmm. Preach.
take that feedback because I'm telling you, it makes a difference. So
Very nice.
that is how I would answer that. You know, ask for the help and
Very,
then apply it. Okay, don't be
very,
hard headed. Apply that because I'm
very
telling you,
nice.
it can make or break your business overnight.
Very nice. I love it. I love it. Thank you so much. You scored 100 on our test. We
All
appreciate
right,
your
that is
time.
what we're striving for.
We appreciate your time. Thank you so much for dropping those jewels on us. I love your enthusiasm. I love your drive. It's not easy to
Thank
start a business and to get it rocking and rolling and to have ambitions to make it nationwide is
yeah.
awesome. Keep up the fine work. And we hope to hear from you again as we follow your story of success.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me on. I truly appreciate it.
Thank you. Appreciate you. I'm going to take care and see you later.
All right. Thank you. Bye bye.